I've said over and over again that nobody like black people now. Black people are really hated now because they have been showing their evil attitudes and very destructive over this past year and before that as well. And they have only gotten worse now. So nobody like black people. Nobody trusts them because they have shown that they cannot be trusted. They're very destructive. Burning down buildings, setting on fires, and robbing and stealing and killing and imposing upon people private businesses and all kind of stuff. And so now it's no secret that the top companies in America hate black people. They feel sorry for the blacks, so they cave into them because most people know that blacks don't have it. They can't do for themselves. It's not in them. And they know that that's why blacks believe that white people are superior to them. They always say white people are superior. White supremacy. They're saying white people are superior to them. And now everybody knows it. White people are not thinking that way, but they know that blacks feel that way about them, so they are appeasing the blacks because they agree that blacks can't make it. Blacks don't get into these white schools based on talent. They get there because the whites feel sorry for them. And they let them in, affirmative action. Now the blacks want reparations. This is from Pro Resource. Analysis of the social media account of the CEOs of Fortune 500 companies shows that 83% of them support Black Lives Matter. 83% of the Fortune 500 companies support Black Lives Matter, a group that's worse than the KKK. Far-left, liberal, radical organization founded by a bunch of fat black lesbians. And they support them. And most of us are aware that millions of dollars have been donated to these by these companies, corporations, to Black Lives Matter. So what would be wrong with this if these companies gave money to the KKK or other white groups that are fighting to be protected, quote unquote? Amazing. Business Insiders, this is from Business Insiders. From 2015 to 2020, there has been 113% increase in executive with diversity and inclusion titles at Fortune 500 companies. So 113% increase with diversity and inclusion titles at these Fortune 500 companies. So what that means is that white people are being forced to hire black people, and then they hire these so-called experts to tell the white companies how they have to treat the blacks. Isn't that amazing? Nearly every Fortune 500 company offers some form of racial sensitivity training. Y'all got to be nice to the blacks. No matter how they act up, doesn't matter how late they are, doesn't matter if they don't produce. You still got to be nice to them. This is how you treat the blacks because they are victims. And the blacks are too happy to let themselves be used in that way because they think that they're getting something free and that they're walking all over white people because they have no love. Black people have no love, not all but most. The New York Week is reporting that a whistleblower working for soft drink mega corporation Coca-Cola shared a screenshot of a diversity training program which asked employees to be less white. How do you be less white? Can you read that? I can't see it from here.
Yep. To be less white is to be less oppressive, be less arrogant, be less certain, be less defensive, be less ignorant, be more humble, listen, believe, break with apathy, break with white solidarity.
That doesn't make sense to me. What does that mean?
Those are exclusively white things.
But, so in other words, just sit there and kiss the butts of black people.
Yep, that's it. That's what we got to do.
Be less certain of yourself. Be less creative. They don't want white people to be so sure of themselves, self-assured. Don't be so creative. Don't keep things so clean. Don't paint your house. Don't keep your desk clean. Don't comb your hair. Don't look like you have sense. You got to not do that so the black can feel good about being out of control. What did I say? Try to be less white. Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
It's incredible.
I want to show you something that's disgusting, but the blacks are so proud of it. They don't realize no wonder James Hayden Death is so messed up. He's trying to be less white. There's this, I want you to see how disgusting this is. But the blacks are so into their blackness and demoralized, they don't know what they look like doing this. They have no idea how bad they look. And this is for the men and the women. But this is from LinkedIn. And an employment website. LinkedIn is an employment website. And they shared this video last week titled Conversation for Change. We would never go back. Watch this.
I was the only chocolate drop in most of my classes. And I said that I wanted to be a scientist, and my teacher said that that was an unrealistic career.
Going to a job interview, the only thing you think about is, are they gonna be cool with me being black?
I'm not sure people understand how exhausting it is to work that muscle of assimilation.
If all the heroes are white people, you don't ever really get to imagine yourself as the hero.
This is why representation matters. You get to see yourself in someone and you get to dream larger than the life that you live. There are chains. We would never go back to being quiet and silence and just mustering through.
We truly feel the energy of our ancestors rooting us on and saying this moment is for you.
The hair on that woman.
I don't even know why she would want to go outside with her hair looking like that. That look like a dry stack of hay. Had you seen that, Joel?
No, I haven't seen that, but I don't know if you recognize the man and the woman with the bald head.
Yeah.
You had them on the show probably about a year ago.
Oh yeah, Nick reminded me. I don't remember, but Nick reminded me.
They're a part of some black-owned beer company. But no, I've never seen that. That was not surprised.
And the men up there is as disgusting as the women, just as weak as the women.
Right. And one of the guys was super light skinned, like he half white.
He's good to go.
The blacks are exposing how weak and pathetic they are. And they don't know that that's what people are seeing. They think people are seeing that it's the white man's fault.
Right. And they look silly up there just begging, complaining, crying.
That was a pathetic video. It's pathetic.
I wonder if the afro is fake, though.
That first woman, the black woman.
Man.
I would never let her work for me with that kind of hair on her head. I'm like, look, you got to comb your hair. You gonna comb your hair. Look like she would be embarrassed to walk around like that outside. I can see it when she first wake up. You get in the shower.
Right, that's at your own home, whatever.
Right. But why would she want to go to work look like that?
No wonder she's making a video about having trouble getting a job because you're dressed like that.
Yeah, she has trouble combing her hair.
How you going to do the job? You can't even comb your hair.
I'm telling you. What? Nah. And the rest, they're all just pitiful. I'm black, I can't make it. I need the white people to not be too white. I don't even know. This is so far down the road now, I just don't know. Because white people are letting this happen. I can't imagine one white company would let that woman come to this job looking like that. Their business looking like that. What a mess. Black people, y'all a mess. And you're getting worse. That's when each individual need to pull away and think for themselves and get away from the blackness. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.